Yo, fam, like, subscribe, follow, giddy up.
That's my baby. That's my baby.
We're going at it at 110%.
I just want 5 minutes of happiness, please. Just give me 5 minutes.
And they scored. They did it.
Left, feet left.
What the hell was that?
Oh, yeah. What the fuck are you talking about?
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
What is up, everybody? Welcome in. This is A2D Radio, a little emergency show because obviously the Eagles are moving and shaking, and we're not even at the NFL draft yet, and we've already had big moves happen. And bear with me today, guys. I literally 4 hours ago, maybe 5 now, got a tooth pulled. So it's going to be a struggle bus, but it's bigger than me. Want to talk to the people, get some things off our chest. All right, we're going to obviously talk about the options now with pick number 12. We'll talk about Zach Wilson and the trade rumors to try to get up to 3 to take Zach Wilson. And now the Eagles trade the number 6 pick for 12, and then they'll get another first round next year. So looking at next year right now, they have 2 first and another probable first. So they could walk out of next year with 3 first-round picks, which is intriguing if you trusted the guy that was drafting. Tom Arnone, Ryan Brodo, the family out there join us. We are brought to you by our doc, make him yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill locations. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. And our poll question is going to be brought to you by bodycheckwellness.com, and use promo code A2D. Get yourself 20% off at checkout. And the poll, the Eagles trading back to the 12th overall pick was a good move. Do you agree or disagree with that? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. That's where we're live, and everywhere you get your podcasts, we're there as well. Like, subscribe, follow, join the conversation with us. You know, it'll probably be a half hour, 45 minutes. And I know a lot of people are going to want me yelling and screaming, and you can't get that time right now. So I apologize to you in advance that I can't yell and scream today. But we'll call it Toothgate. Toothgate, the Eagles trading back to the 12th overall pick was a good move. Yes, to me it is. I agree with that. It is a good move. It's not a bad move. I mean, you're going to have 3 first-round picks. That's a lot of draft capital next year. And I'm not a nerd. I don't care about draft picks, but first-rounders are legit. Now, do I trust this guy making the pick at 12? No. Do I trust his organization with 3 first-round picks next year? No. I don't trust anything about Howie Roseman. But on the surface, this is a good move. When you're trying to figure out a way to bring in stars, right? And people are going to tell me, well, Tom, you're going to get a start, better chance of getting a start at 6 and 12. I know that, all right? But you have a better chance to get a star when you're going to have 4 first-round picks in 2 years, okay? That's how I'm going to get stars. This guy can't draft in the second round. This guy can't draft in the third round. He can't even draft in the first round. So the more picks I can get this guy, maybe that blind squirrel will find a nut once in a goddamn while, okay? Doesn't look like it, but once in a while, all right? My only issue is you just drafted Jalen Hurts, and the Zach Wilson stuff is weird. Like, so you try to get up to 3 to take Zach Wilson. Now your quarterback knows that. The guy who's going to be your quarterback this year. And then the fact that Howie Roseman is leaking all this information out, and then you're watching reporters change their story after their first original tweet. Oh, let me clarify. Let me rephrase. No, you phrased it perfectly right. He tried to get up to 3 to get Zach Wilson, and then he leaked that to you. And then when they had to trade back and they couldn't do it, he re-leaked it to you. Like, might want to rephrase that because we still have a quarterback on the roster that we drafted in the second round last year that essentially was part of the reason of our franchise quarterback not being here anymore, but we refused to give him the keys. I don't care if Zach Wilson's Aaron Rodgers, right? I don't care. This is Jalen Hurts' job for a year, right? And this is what I said to do. If you remember on other shows, right, we talked about, like, I had no problem getting out of the top 10 and getting another first-round pick next year. I have none of me expects to win football games this year. None. I just want talent, all right? And if anybody thinks that you can't get Parsons, maybe Pitts, Surtain, other guys at 12, there's going to be guys there. And it also gives you the capital to say, oh, you know what? My guy might go. Let me go up to 9 maybe, right? So it still gives you that wiggle room to be able to make moves. If it's to get back up in the first round this year, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever you want to do. Like if you have a guy like Najee Harris and you love him hypothetically, or J.C. Horn and he's falling a little bit in the first, right? And you can go up, you can get a guy in the late first. They might do that too. But I think it gives you more flexibility because it's not about just this pick. Everybody's so up in arms because it's like, oh my God, like we're not going to get Pitts. We're not going to get Pitts or Chase. Okay, you might still get Smith. I don't want Waddle, but Smith might fall to 12. And that'd be a steal. Michael Parsons might fall to 12. Because the middle linebacker running 4.36. Okay? Patrick Surtain could be at 12. Okay? There's guys that could be there that are impactful guys. You shouldn't worry about where you draft if you draft well. Okay? If you do your homework and you let your scouts do their job, you shouldn't worry. We worry because we've watched him draft terribly year after year after year after year. So I understand the fan base is very upset right now. But just remember something. Like, we got Fletcher Cox at 12. So, I mean, it's not like you can't get stars and guys that are some of the best players at their position if you do your homework right. So I think that's what everybody needs to understand. I think everybody needs to relax a little bit. Like, hate Howie Roseman, hate everything about him. I do. But on the surface, this is a smart decision. Now, it's a little weird this is happening now. Mm-hmm. Like with Miami and San Fran and us, like everything's a little strange that's happening this soon because usually, right, it doesn't happen until the night of.
Exactly.
Or the day of. You know what I mean? So this never happens this early. So you had 2 big moves this early. So maybe they have somebody on their board that they like and they feel like they can get him at 12. Or it's the Zach Wilson thing where they really wanted him, tried to get up and get him. I mean, if anybody go check out the check down on Instagram, go watch the throw this dude made, okay? Like literally, I thought it was Aaron Rodgers. Like that's an Aaron Rodgers. I know it's shorts and a t-shirt. I don't really give a rat's ass when you make a throw like that. Like that's Mahomes-ish, right? That's Rodgers-ish. Look pretty good doing that. That's one throw. I'm not crowning Zach Wilson, but I do like Zach Wilson. But I'm also not trading up numerous picks to go get him. Now, the one thing nobody's talking about, all right, and I'm going to send it over to you. The one thing nobody's talking about is all this draft capital can lead you right to the massage parlor, all right? Right to the massage parlor because this puts you in the running for Deshaun Watson, and nobody's really talking about that.
Nope.
But this totally puts you in the running, and even if it's not for Deshaun Watson, if there's another guy, I don't know who that would be, right? You never know, but I'm just pointing this out. 3 first-round picks next year give you so much capital to move and shake. It's unbelievable. And if you think they're going to keep all 3 first-rounders next year, I think you're a little delusional too because I don't know if they would. They probably move 1 for a player, maybe, etc.
There's only one chance they keep all 3, and that's if Jalen Hurts absolutely can play. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the only way possible. But Tom, you took the words right out of my mouth. First off, fam, and Tom didn't tell me to say this. Let's get an MVP chant in the chat for Tom even doing this. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like he did a video earlier, and for him to even I wouldn't be talking for a week. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that we're even able to do a show, credit to Tom, obviously. Credit for all of you guys for tuning in with us. Because obviously we wouldn't be doing a show without any of you guys. You know what I'm saying? We'd be talking to ourselves. It'd be like a little group chat. But to me, Tom, like you said, you have option A, which is kind of, sit there, kind of rebuild. Option B, which is like, oh, okay, maybe they wanted Wilson and you kind of, and then you go out and you move back. I completely agree with you to where this could be a way to get Deshaun Watson here if everything, plays out with obviously the off the field stuff. Which I was arguing with you 2 weeks ago, Tom, and I said people were crazy talking about Deshaun Watson coming to Philadelphia. And like, I was even frustrated of doing that just because I'm like, oh my God, I'm not going to go into a sweepstakes again. But when you make a move like this and you have so much draft capital, anything's on the table right now. And that includes Deshaun Watson or quarterback X that we aren't sure about right now. As far as the poll, to me, I mean, I've been the same person who has been making how many trade scenarios saying we should go back to 9. So if I was going to come in here and yell and scream about them moving back to 12, I'd be the definition of a hypocrite. Now, it's a little disappointing now that you look at, okay, you know, the Chases of the world. I don't think there's a great shot that Pitts is there. I'm worried that Surtain is going to be taken before we get a chance to get him at 12. We've been talking for the last handful of months that it's like a nightmare of mine to see Surtain go to Dallas, and that's obviously in play now. But there's other guys available. And like you talked about, I wasn't really expecting to win of any significant rate this year. And my biggest issue with today's moves, quote unquote, and all the rumors is that with them moving back and then the reports of, hey, you know, we're going to move up and get Zach Wilson, it kind of confirmed to me and kind of all of our fears that they really don't know what direction they want to go in. You know what I'm saying? It's like, let's let things just play out for once. And if Jalen Hurts sucks, okay, there's quarterbacks every year in the draft. If you love Deshaun Watson, then go out and get him if he's available to play. So it seems to me, if all of these rumors are true, which everything that's been written on the wall the last handful of years in this city, it seems like everything has been remotely close to being true. I just want them to commit to one plan. If that's to go out and blow up the entire team and go with 100 different picks, okay, cool, fine, then do that. If it's to go up and get your guy at 3, okay, I'm not happy with it, but do that. If it's Deshaun Watson, fine. If it's Jalen Hurts, fine. But I don't think people should be ranting and raving like they are on Twitter and a lot of these other shows, other platforms that are saying, oh my God, this is ridiculous. This is the worst move that the Eagles possibly could have made.
Like, did we trade out to the 6th round or the 7th round? I mean, that's what people are making it seem like, that we don't have a first-round pick. I mean, I don't know if everybody missed this last year, but the rookie of the year was drafted in the 20s, okay?
Yeah.
The rookie of the year wasn't drafted at 6. He wasn't drafted in the top 10. If you do your job and you do your homework, you can get hits anywhere. It doesn't have to be at 6. If you think there's a big disparity between 6 and 12, I mean, I got news for you. I truly do. I got news for everybody. I mean, it's not that. It's just the guy picking it.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, because and somebody was talking, I think it was John Coyle, he said in the chat earlier, he said, well, technically it's the 8th pick because it looks like the first 4 picks are going to be quarterbacks. So that's the thing too. Like when you have such a run, even if it's not the first 4 picks, say, you know, the first, you know, 4 out of the first 6 picks.
First 3 are bookends.
True. And there could be 5 in the first 10. You don't know. You know what I'm saying?
You're going Lawrence. Wilson, Fields. I mean, of some sort, or maybe Lance.
I was just saying, I think it might be. I mean, there's rumors that it might be Mac Jones to the 49ers because Shanahan loves him. You never know. You know what I'm saying? And then we're not even talking about Denver possibly taking a quarterback. The Patriots moving up. I mean, there's a bunch of teams. There could be teams. Yeah, Carolina. Yeah, very true. Very, very true. So I honestly believe, and then you talk about the offensive lineman too, Tom. So I'm okay with this pick just because there were so many options and there's so many needs at this pick. And the arguments I know we would be getting, you know, in especially you and I on Mondays, Tom, with a lot of the fam at home is that they would bring up names like Waddle and Horn and Farley and names like that. And sometimes Parsons, even though you and I like Parsons, names that were more, you know, top 15, top 20-ish picks, not top 6 picks. Well, those names we can now have a legitimate conversation about because, okay, we have an additional draft asset next year and you're back at 12. So those Waddle, you know, Micah Parsons, Surtain if he's there, Farley, Horn, you know, I know the Batemans of the world, even though I think that's a little too reachish. Those we can have legitimate conversations about because you do now have way, you know, more options at 12, in my opinion. So for everyone jumping off the bridge and panicking, listen, I understand this GM is an idiot. This ownership group is, you know, they shouldn't be trusted. And I'm not saying I necessarily trust them at 12. I didn't trust them at 6. But I'm intrigued, okay? Because now I truly believe that the Deshaun Watson or quarterback X option is on the board. If they want to go that direction. And also, we've been talking about it for years. We need to get young. We need to get a new established, you know, young core on the defensive side. Well, You're not going to do that unless you have a volume of picks. And also if you hit them. You have 11 this year, and you can potentially have 3 first-round picks next year, and obviously all the other picks that you're going to get. You know, we're still a month away from the draft. So I like what they're doing. I'm worried that now that they're going to go major reach because now they're kind of in that bubble again. But I don't understand the outrage. I really don't.
Well, I think it's just people just think there's a, you know, they got fixated. First off, we got over 100 people watching on YouTube. Love all you guys. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe. Almost at 5K over there. That's the least you could do for me today. With missing a freaking tooth is hit that like, hit that freaking subscribe button, and do the same thing over on Facebook. But the fact of the matter, I think, is what is upsetting people is people get caught up in certain names, right?
Yeah.
And when people talk about, you know, Chase or Pitts, and like Pitts was the big name over the last couple of weeks, that's jump boards, right? And I think people as fans get these names in their head, and now they feel like they've talked themselves into these players for, you know, months now, and then to be sort of blindsided, and now you're picking at 12. I think it upsets people because now they don't feel like they're going to get Chase, they're not going to get Smith, right? Surtain, the list goes on that they don't feel like they're going to get because this team moved back. And I think that's why people are upset. I think once people's emotions cool down a little bit, and you can sit back and think about it, then I think you can say, okay, again, on the surface, this is smart. I mean, if Miami's not good next year, you know, you got their pick coming. You got your pick. You don't expect to be good. You could have 2 picks in the top 5. Yeah, I'm not saying Miami's going to be that. You know what I mean? You just don't know. You could have 2 picks in the top 10. You don't know where you're going to, you know what I'm saying? You have no idea where Miami's going to be next year. So I know why everybody's upset, but guys, you can get talent at 12. I mean, it's not the issue. Like, if you have confidence in this GM, I don't think you'd be upset at 12. But you think he's going to hit at 6? Like, where's this? I think people have false sense of hope that he was just going to hit at 6 because, well, it's easier for him to hit at 6. Okay, I don't think he's hitting at 6, 12, 42, 97. I just don't think he's hitting, period. Okay? But I'm not upset to have more draft capital and to try to get better, because it's the only way I'm going to get better. We're going to have a ton of money in 2022, and now 3 first-round picks to go along with it. It's going to be a totally different roster, and this is what we needed. So in reality, in pick direction, we are going the right way, okay? No, Dominic, you shouldn't have confidence. I have zero confidence in Howie Roseman. He's a fucking loser. Now you guys are going to get me yelling and screaming when I'm not allowed to today, okay? He's a fucking loser. I want nothing to do with Howie Roseman, right? I told you guys at 6 that I was making the pick, right? That he wasn't, that we were.
Yep.
All right? So, listen. Like, we're always going to be negative about everything because it's what we do in Philly. Yeah. But, like, be positive. And I know we don't want to think about the next year, right? But be positive that we're knowing that even if we're good, bad, or indifferent this year, right? The next year we're going to have 3 first-round picks.
Now,
this person's going to play a full season or 75% of it because this is Philly, all right? And he's going to go ball out there because this is what happens to us. But I am upset about Jalen Hurts, and we're not Team Jalen, right? Like, in terms of thinking he's a franchise quarterback.
No.
He needs to play.
Yes.
And the fact that you're even contemplating, like, trading up for Zach Wilson, and forget who the name is, right? Don't you owe it to this kid to play him a full 17 games?
I would be, listen.
Owe it to him, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Owe it to the organization, I should say, not him.
Owe it to us as fans, for God's sakes, to not do the same thing to this kid that you did to the other quarterback. You know what I'm saying? No, I mean, listen, Jalen Hurts doesn't deserve anything. He has to earn everything. You know what I'm saying? And I like Jalen Hurts as a kid, so that's not a shot at him at all. But and I say this knowing how I would say 99% of the population of NFL fans, and especially you and I do, Tom. But even if a report was saying, hey, they were thinking about moving up to number 1 to get Trevor Lawrence, I would be annoyed at that, not because it's Trevor Lawrence, because I would love to have Trevor Lawrence here in Philadelphia, but it's because, once again, it shows that they are not sure about the direction they want to go in. Can you just commit to something, or at least pretend to commit to something for 5 minutes, please? You know what I'm saying? What do we go back to, Tom? It's self-control or the lack of self-control. It's like, oh, and I completely understand the best GMs consider all options. They put everything out on the table. But he is not in that category. There's a difference between being aggressive like Daryl Morey or saying, hey, I'm just going to go out and try to make a move because I'm the smartest guy in the room. There's a difference there. And we know which one's on which side and which one's on the other.
Yeah, I mean, I think this move's a no-brainer for this organization because they are not one player away. You know what I mean?
No,
they are numerous players away. Donovan, thank you. Do you think the Eagles will still try to get Watson?
Yes. If he gets through all this other BS, all this other stuff, yes. I believe that this is now setting him up, Howie Roseman, to either fully go with Jalen Hurts and kind of go with, okay, well, we're going to have capital and we're going to rebuild through Jalen Hurts, or we're going to have capital to trade up to get whoever the star quarterback is next season. Or it's like, hey, Deshaun Watson, we can get him for what? Oh, that's cheap? Okay, cool. I'll do that. Because 2 weeks ago when we were having this conversation about Deshaun Watson, we didn't have the assets. Now we do. That additional pick is huge.
Yeah, and listen, Omar, it might not even be him. It just in general. Like, take out Watson, put in somebody else. Listen, 129 people, Reggie says, watching, and only 39 likes. Come on, fam. Pound that like button over on YouTube. Pound that subscribe button.
Now, Tom, what's the chance, and fam at home, what's the chance that they take a quarterback at 12, though? Because now this, like, say, for example, like we were joking about it, like, oh, Mac Jones, they love Mac Jones. And I was thinking, okay, well, if they did it at 6, like, he should not be able to leave the building. Like, he should have to stay in the building for life in his little freaking office. But 12 brings into play, like I said, that's my main worry. It's that when you move back, more reaches are possible because you have the shoe-ins, you have the obvious picks, and you have obviously more guys off the board. You know what I mean? So would it be shocking to you if they went quarterback of any name at 12?
Yes, I don't think there's a shot in hell that's happening.
I agree personally, but I'm glad you said that because I don't want you to get arrested on draft night. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying?
In that there's a reason that they, have been essentially stashing picks for next year. You know what I mean? And that's why I would have traded back because I would have stashed more picks for next year and then said, okay, Jalen, this is your job this year. Go ahead. And then if you succeed, then I don't need to draft the quarterback. If you don't, then I will. Now, if he is there, Rocco, that is a no-brainer. And I think, and a lot of people were saying this. Oh, God, this fucking hurts so bad. A lot of people were saying this. Smith, Farley. I think Farley's too high, but Parsons, Waddle, like somebody's going to be there at 12. Like there is. Like we just talked about it. There's probably going to be 4 or 5 quarterbacks that go in the top 10. Okay, that leaves 5 positional players left. There's going to be 2 offensive linemen that go in the top 12. Okay, that's just going to be factual. That's how it's going to work. Like these dudes are going to be here. Like I wouldn't be surprised if Pitts is still on the board at 12. I'm telling you guys. Like I don't think that people are taking him in the top, like taking him 4th overall, like people are talking about. Like I know guys can jump boards like that, but he's a top 12 talent in this draft. He's not a top 5. He's top 12. So he could be there. Like I think that they think that's one or 2 of these guys that they like is going to be there. I mean, that would have to be some of their rationale, right? Of making this move.
Yeah, I agree. The Pitts one, I kind of disagree with you a little bit. Not that he deserves to be top 4 because, I've been pitched up, but I don't believe he's a top. I've said it before. He's not a top 6 pick, let alone a top 4 pick. But I believe once you get into combine season and all this, I believe he's going to be that meteor that kind of jumps just because of
he just did it. He just did it.
The NFL, no, like that. Was that the official?
No, but they're not doing it.
Oh, that's true. Sorry, I'm still in like pre-COVID mode. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm so used to the pre-COVID mode.
Yeah. Like I don't know if they're. I think everybody's just doing their pro days. So,
okay, well, if that's the case, yeah.
This is why he jumped up. I get you. I mean, he's already done that in shorts and a tee. I mean, he's gone from not playing full seasons to running a great 40 time and then jumping up a board. I like Kyle Pitts. I think he's a mismatch nightmare. I sure as hell was not taking him at 6. Okay, and people tell me, well, You know, everybody because Jason Avant says so now. Like now it's fucking gold. Okay, the same Jason Avant who was a wide receivers coach here last year. All right.
Yeah.
How good them wide receivers get. So, like,
not great.
Go do another podcast. Leave the podcast to us. All right. Leave the podcast to us. All right. Kyle Pitts is a tremendous talent, but if you think Kyle Pitts is better than Devontae Smith or Jamar Chase, I'm gonna tell people they're fucking lunatics.
So
these guys both scored 20 touchdowns a season, and Kyle Pitts has never had more than 7 or 8. Grow up.
I do want to ask you guys. So, like I'll call it a disaster scenario where Smith, Chase, Pitts, Surtain, and I'll throw Parsons in there. Okay. Now, I don't think all 5 of these guys are going to be gone. If all 5 of those guys are gone by 12, who is your pick at 12?
If all them guys are gone?
Yes. Like disaster scenario. Yes.
Well, I mean, it's impossible. Like, they're not going to be. Like, Parsons is going to be there. Somebody's going to, you know what I mean? It's I don't know. I guess Horn or Waddle, maybe. Like, still top of the head.
Yeah, I agree with you. It would be Waddle to me.
But I don't know. I mean, it would be Horn or Waddle. It'd be one of the two. I mean, I'd probably lean a little towards Horn.
I gotta look at his interceptions. Fam, did he have a lot of interceptions in college? Like, I think he had. I feel like he had like 4 or 5. I want to say, not that it is extremely important, just because Surtain's interception rate in college was low because they never threw to him. So I guess it's all about obviously context. But I do agree with you, Tom. I would be shocked if Parsons is not there, to be honest. Especially because you look at the needs, and granted, somebody could always trade up and get him. I understand that, or it's just the best player available on somebody's board. But I don't believe that somebody would go crazy for Parsons, not because he's not very good, but just because, like we talked about, wide receiver, cornerback, offensive line, and quarterback. Those are all the positions that I think will be taken in the first 10, 11 picks.
Yes, I think Micah Parsons is there, and now I am leaning towards that. Like, now that I'm outside of the top 10, I would take Micah Parsons in a heartbeat and call it a day. Call it a day. You went up the middle. You need a middle linebacker. I know this organization wants to continue to run from it, but I look around the National Football League, and I look at the Pittsburgh Steelers. I look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I look at the Baltimore Ravens. Right. I look at the San Diego Chargers. All right, the LA Chargers. That all have invested in a middle linebacker over the last 2 years, and have all became better football teams. Maybe not the Chargers, but the other 3 got better by going and drafting a linebacker. Like, the guy is running a 4.39. That was his official. I don't give a fuck what it was. Anything 4.4 or under is absurd for a middle linebacker. Like, I'm not Mr. Shorts in a t-shirt, but that's like, whoa. Okay. He's jumped on my board because I know he can already play. I've watched him play. So to me, if Surtain isn't there, then I'm going Parsons. I'm shying away from the offense side of the football now. Unless Devontae Smith falls into my lap, unless Pitts falls in my lap, I am now shifting my focus to the defense side of the football. Fair as well?
Absolutely. And
all these young offensive players, right? We talked about this. Like, let me see Reagor play. Let me see Hightower and Watkins and all these young guys and Vogel. Go let them all play. We don't have expectations to win anything this year.
Nope.
So we get to find out stuff. We get to find. See, I think Horn's too early at 12. I was just looking at the comments. I think he's a little too early at 12.
Him and Bateman are the 2 reaches that I'm not crazy about. And I like Horn, fam. I like Horn, but not at 12. I can't necessarily do that. I will ask you and the fam, the kind of 2-parter. A, do you believe there's a chance that they trade back again? And how angry or happy would you be?
If they traded back again?
Yes, in the first round. Yep. Now that move would probably happen on draft night. You know what I'm saying? Say like all of their guys or the handful of guys that they wanted at 12 are gone. Like, I would be very surprised if they did another move, like, let's say next week, to where, like, the Eagles trade back with the Bears and they're in the 20s again. But, like, would you be okay? Like, and granted, we won't know until we see the full package, but just knowing, hey, you go from having the 6th pick to the 22nd pick. Are you disappointed with that?
No, because I don't expect to win this year. And give me more picks this year though. Like I want another second, right? Right. I want, maybe a third for next year, right? Or a second for next year, right? So that's what I would say. Like if Chicago called me, right, and they want to get up to 12, well, I want next year's first, right? And I want this year's second.
Yep.
And your first. Right? Because you're coming up trying to get Mac Jones. You're coming up trying to get a quarterback. So yeah, you can come up and get him. I'll trade out for you. But this is what I want. Now, I don't love that, guys. Yeah, Surtain is better. Yes.
Yeah, he's a can't miss guy. Immediate impact day one. He's no project, and you're asking him to play the number 2 cornerback position. So he's that perfect pick.
As Nick Jules. We did a lot of shows with Jules last year, and we talked pedigree. Well, as soon as he saw we went to 12, he messaged me, and he was like, "Dude, pedigree talk. Surtain's there," and then we were just talking back and forth, and it's like, same thing for Horn. You can make the same argument, maybe not 12, but Daddy played in the league.
Yep.
Daddy was a wide receiver, so just somebody to teach you how to be a good corner, it'd be a good wide receiver. With Surtain's never out of position, and I would not be surprised if Dallas doesn't take him. I know everyone wants to tell me like, "Oh, he's not getting past Dallas." They just took his running mate last year. Like, you think they're going back-to-back Alabama corners?
I think there's a chance. I think there's a better chance they take Farley, to be honest.
Like,
I know Farley's like the more attractive pick right now.
Yeah, they'll reach there. They'll go for more like Flavor Flav type thing, than they would be a guy like Surtain who like isn't flashy, right? Isn't flashy, is just always in the right position. And that's the great thing about Patrick Surtain is that he's always in the right position. Yo, fam, 200 people, 218 of you son of a bitches, 227 watching on YouTube. Come on. I'm on here. Got a tooth ripped out 5 hours ago. I came on here to talk Eagles fucking football with you. Pound the damn like button. Hit the subscribe. We should be able to get the 5K right now, subscribers.
I was going to say, I think there's a very good chance, fam, and we appreciate all the support. I think there's a good chance we're going to hit it within the next 12 hours.
And people liking this video. The fact that people are disliking this live video is a crime. Okay, it's a crime.
It's Howie.
You're gutting it out and got people disliking. Fuck you.
It's Howie and Jalen Hurts.
But I got a lot of giveaways for the people once we hit 5K. So let's make that happen.
We are 65 people away from 5K. 65 subscribers away.
Come on, let's make that happen right now, peeps. Make that happen right now. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe. Hit the like. Come on, get us up over 200 likes just on this show. Just on this show. We weren't going to go a half hour. We're already over a half hour. We're going to give you another 20, 25 because, comments are flying in.
Now, my other question to you guys is, like, I've been joking for months, like, the Gregory Russos, just because Howie loves DNs and all that stuff. There was really no defensive linemen that were anywhere on our radar in the top 10, just because, like, the two guys that were up there was Kwity Paye and Russo, even though Russo's really dropping. He's like down in the 30s now. Are you worried that, like, I say worried, but but we don't know like the type of player, but like, would you be upset if they went defensive end or defensive lineman with this pick?
I don't get like, that's where other people get upset about. I don't get upset about positions. I just want stars. So, like, I can't tell you I'm going to be upset because they drafted a DN. Like, no, like, I'm not going to be upset if the guy can play. You know what I mean? Like, that goes for any position. If you're drafting a guy and he's a star and he's impactful, then I don't care what position they draft. I know everybody out there get mad over, I want a wide receiver, I want this, I want that. Right? No.
Rome, we don't have the 6th pick anymore, brother.
Stay hot, Rome. We have the 12th now, Rome.
Yep.
I know, like, if you weren't paying attention today, I don't know how you missed that one. But still, Texas boys,
if you,
I agree. I would get Parsons here.
Yeah.
Already get Parsons. Yes, Pop, I agree with you. Like, that's why I would not take a DN, because we have a lot of defensive linemen right now. It's actually a position of probably like strength right this second.
Yeah. The lines are, offensive line, we have depth and everybody's healthy right now. And DN, we have a lot of options there. No, you're good, Rome. You're good. We're just making sure that you knew that we didn't have the 6th pick anymore. You're good, brother.
Yeah, can't overthink it if you don't have it. Again, this organization is historically bad at drafting receivers anyway, Greg. Yep. And Greg, that's the reason why I wanted to avoid them, at all costs. Because, what have they shown? Drafting wide receiver wise. They're terrible at it. They're just, they never hit on them. So come on, guys. That's the thing. Like, I think that this allows them, hopefully, to not reach, right?
Yep.
And be able to take, best player on the board and maybe not overthink it.
Creep Johnson, in NBA terms, we no longer have a lottery pick. It's the best way I can describe it, I guess.
Well, we would still be in the lottery in the NBA.
Creep Johnson, I am fake news. Never mind. Never mind.
Sorry, I didn't want to do that.
No. Listen, we're all facts radio, so I'm glad you said that.
We could have 5 first-round picks next year too if he trades out again. Why no, though, Chris? Your guys are assuming no. You're assuming no. I can literally tell you that 5 quarterbacks are going in the top 10. 5. So how are you automatically assuming that you're not getting Pitts, you're not getting Chase, you're not getting Surtain, you're not getting Smith, right? How? There's 4 guys right there. One of them guys is going to be there. I guarantee you one of them guys is going to be there.
Didn't 90% of the country, us included, believe for like a whole calendar year that Jerry Jeudy and CeeDee Lamb weren't going to be available past the 14th overall pick, and they both were?
What happened, right? As soon as Ruggs went, what happened? It was ding, 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 right?
Calls to run.
Yep. So what's going to happen with the quarterbacks? As soon as San Fran now goes 1-3, now you talk about Carolina, Denver. You talk about teams now, right? Carolina and Denver that are like, oh, shit, what are we doing? Because now you're going to be lit. If the 3 guys that should go, top 3 go, which isn't Lance, it would leave Lance and Mac Jones and Kellen Mond, essentially, out of that, right? So now look at them teams. Like, they're going to be – now, they don't have to move up, though. That's the thing now. So, like, where Carolina can stay pat. Now, what will mess it all up is if Atlanta – does Atlanta go QB?
No.
I know people tell me no. I know people tell me that, but it's not a guarantee they don't. Now, I'm not saying they will or won't. I don't know. But if they do, then it changes this whole thing around.
Oh, and Omar, I'm not saying – I hear what you're saying with Jerry Jeudy and CeeDee Lamb, but my point is people were saying, like, the experts – and listen, they were right for saying it just based off of the talent and how they were projected, but we were saying, oh, there's no chance that – CeeDee Lamb or Jerry Jeudy are still going to be on the board past like 12, 13, 14. That could end up being the same thing for Surtain, Devontae Smith. Like, oh, there's no chance they get past pick 10. We see that all the time. And to Tom's point, once 1 or 2 positions or players go and they get picked out of turn, it's going to cause everything. And Tom, the only reason why I don't believe the Falcons go quarterback is because they restructured Matt Ryan's deal, and they believe that they're going to win this year. They're going to try and kind of piecemeal it. That's the only reason why. The logic of what you're saying, Tom, of like, hey, they're going to try to, cash in early on a quarterback to eventually replace Ryan, I don't disagree with that. But I would say with this contract move that they just made, I would be surprised. I've said it before. I would be surprised if they even picked there. I think they are the next candidates to trade out. I think that would make sense for the Panthers to move up if they're trying to get, let's say Fields and he won't reach there. There's a lot of moves there. And you never know. The Dolphins might take a quarterback. Who knows?
And nothing. And like I said, nothing stays as planned. To Bill. You can count 2 offensive linemen in there, right? I mean, so now you're down to 6 players. Bill, you can count 2 reaches in the top 12, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, now you're down to 4 players, Bill. So, I mean, there's going to be guys there that you really like. That's all I'm trying to say to you.
Well, I'll read you guys. Like, this is the site I always use.
Braised beef brisket. I did it, Jacob. Braised beef brisket. And that would have fucking rip out of a tooth 5 hours ago.
I don't know if I could say that even with a good tooth.
Subscribe into this channel. There ain't nobody out there. It's Flake City. All right, there's about like 2 other guys on YouTube that do a good job. Outside of that, it's freaking slop. Bunch of dudes who think they know sports that couldn't cover their fucking grandma.
And that's with good teeth. That's without a dentist appointment.
Great hair.
Yeah.
Still suck.
So to Bill's question, talking about, projected names, so via Tankathon, this is their mock real quick, and I'll just go real quick. So they've got Lawrence 1, Zach Wilson 2, Fields 3 to the 49ers, Penei Sewell 4 to the Falcons, so they haven't taken linemen. They have the Bengals taking Jamar Chase. They have the Dolphins taking Kyle Pitts, Jalen Waddle going to the Detroit Lions, Trey Lance going to the Panthers, Mac Jones to the Broncos, Surtain to the Cowboys, and Farley to the Giants. So if that happened, Devontae Smith is still on the board.
It's a no-brainer. That's a huge win. You tell me if I get Devontae Smith at 12? I mean, he's the best wide receiver in this draft to me. Best route runner. I know a lot of people don't like that, but we're going to have options like T. Dillinger just said. There's going to be a lot of options at 12, and there's going to be wiggle room. No way, Sean. There's no way they're taking a corner at fucking 4. I mean, I get maybe not. I mean,
they need it.
What do you call it? Did it last year? I mean, he's not. Listen, if they would have taken 4, that's a no-brainer. Honestly, I would take him 4. But now there's rumors that they would take Pitts 4. So, Pitts has snuck up to that spot too with them. But defense wins championship. I agree with Bill Dean. That's why right now, I'll take Smith. Why? I'm high now, Jet. First of all, I'm not high because I just got a tooth pulled, so there's nothing I can do to get high. But please enlighten me. Had the best wide receiver last year in college football. I'm high because I have him ranked slightly above Jamar Chase. Slightly
Heisman Trophy winner as a wide receiver, by the way.
These guys just you fucking fall in love with whatever somebody tells you on TV. I'm telling you, this dude cannot be covered. You understand? He is always wide open. So get back to me and tell me. I can't yell. It's fucking starting to hurt. Tell me. You're going to tell me that he's 170, right? Is that what you're going to tell me? Good. So was Chad Johnson. So was Marvin Harrison. You want to continue this game with me, guys? You all fucking crown Jamar Chase. He had the number 1 pick of the draft throwing him the football, too. And last year's rookie of the year playing alongside him. Think that makes his life a little easier? I don't know.
Jake, if Chase is there at 12, I'm running down the street. That's the one guy. Like, if people want to argue, okay, this means Pitts is off the board. This means Smith is off the board. Surtain. I think the one, and I say this a month away, anything's possible. But the one quote unquote lock that is probably off the board now is probably Jamar Chase at 12. In my opinion. And like I said, the mock draft that I just read, Micah Parsons is still available. J.C. Horn is still available. Kwity Paye is still available. Gregory Rousseau is still available. Mo Riggs still available. Newsom's still available. Bateman's still available. Tony's still available. So if you're able to do this and then, like, imagine this, fam. Imagine if you take somebody at 12 and then you trade back in and you have you end up getting the 27th pick. It's huge. And that's just for this year. You know what I'm saying? That's if you're trying to get cute this year because you have 11 picks. You have the most draft capital out of anybody in the league this year. So it's not like back in 2016, 17, 18 when I think it was 2018 when we only had a handful of picks.
What is it? What does this mean? Smith isn't a red zone guy. He only had 20 touchdowns. What has Jamar Chase been in terms of Mr. Red Zone? Not saying to you, Brendan. I'm just saying I
think he's an all over the field guy to me, Brendan. I love this. Ryan Tommy. Question. Ryan Tommy, please. Question. Sure, Bill. What do you got? Don't you think we should have gotten more than just one next year? Miami moved 3 spots, still to sit at 6. Got a first and a third. When it was all said and done, we dropped out of 6. You know what, Bill? I will say this, okay? I'm not going to rant about it because, again, expectations were limited. When I saw the draft pick swap, okay, and the trade, I was surprised it didn't include at least a third or a second this year. I was surprised by that. I was surprised that it was just, next year's pick, for example.
Well, it wasn't. There was a swap, so.
But it was late, right? Isn't it 6th round or something?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know what people thought you were getting to move up there.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean? I don't know what people expected. Nobody's going to give you 42 fucking picks. I mean, they gave you a first. next year and they gave you theirs. They didn't give you somebody else's. They gave you theirs.
Yeah. Like, if
Tua stinks, they're going to stink. You know what I mean? As simple as that. If Tua's not good, they're not good.
No.
I know it's going to upset the Cromer.
It's good. I hate to say it to our guy Sweeps, but like I'm kind of rooting against the Dolphins.
We got to.
I'm sorry, Sweeps. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not sorry to Chrome because Chrome is also an Eagles fan.
You're all going to be blowing Howie Roseman. I've never blown Howie Roseman, first of all, because he's a jackass. But in reality, there could be a lot of blowing Howie Roseman next year if this team has two top 5 picks, per se, or top 8 picks, or 2 top 10 picks. Okay? There's going to be a lot of people being like, oh, my God, that move last year was genius.
Imagine if Jalen can play on top of that, too. Like, imagine if it's like, okay, Jalen's a franchise quarterback and we have all this draft capital. It's huge.
Yeah, but they're going to take his, like, Omar, they're going to take his, like, they drafted Diggs last year from Bama. They're taking his running mate and Surtain, too. I mean, okay. I mean, crazier things happen.
I guess for continuity reasons, maybe. But you're right. I don't know if they go back to the well twice. I'm not sure. But, it is Jerry, so nothing would surprise me, to be honest.
I agree. NFC East beats. This trade was a win, not a big win, but a win.
Are you guys
win right now? We're in it to get picked. I hate talking picks because I'm not a fucking nerd, but you need picks for this organization to take the next step, which is to get back to being relevant and winning football games. They're not going to do that, which is the 6th overall pick. The 6th overall pick is not coming in here and changing your franchise. We talked about this the other day. You need to hit on at least 2 to 3 star caliber players this year and 2 or 3 next year, right? We talked about coming out of these next 2 drafts with 6 of them. Well, now I can legitimately sit here and tell you that chance is way higher now than it was 24 hours ago, okay? It's way higher because I had 3 first-round picks next year and a first this year. That's 4 players that should be big-time starters for this team for the next 10 years.
Bill,
wow. All you son of a bitches watching. I mean, look at all you got. 290 over on YouTube, and not enough people pounding the like and pounding the subscribe. What are you doing? If you are not subscribed to A2D Radio by now, we can't help you. All right, you're following the wrong people out there. Okay, we've got shows every day, numerous shows all the time. Yo, get us up over 200 likes. All right, get us up over 200 likes. I came to talk to you people today. All right, ripping tooths out and coming and talking to you, and you can't get us over 200 likes. Let's go. Let's go.
We're officially under the 50. We're under 50 subscribers away from 5K.
Come on, get us a 5K. I'll have a big giveaway right here on the show if we get the 5K. On the show, live. Huge giveaway coming.
Bill,
I just said something. Oh, yeah, Chris. He said, boys. Nah, that wasn't it. Hugh said, you're not high. You're real. I like that one better.
That should be on a t-shirt.
All right, Joe. Best in the business. No teeth. I will credit Howie for this move, Mike Grimm. Yes. I'll never. I hate Howie, but this was a good move. This was smart. It was smart. Like I never want to give this dude credit, but this was a smart move. He understands the same thing we understand. He has to replenish his football team because he hasn't done it over the last 3 years. Right, Rye?
Yes, sir.
Not done it. So this is it for him.
Top heavy.
This is it for him. Ziggy, you're right. 300 people watching, 100 likes. Come on, 8 and up. Wow, Bill, stop it. Watson, Hurts, Flacco.
I'm telling you, I've completely flipped on this. I have a weird feeling. I have a weird feeling that this is a Watson thing. I don't know. If fam at home, if in the chat, tell me I'm crazy if you think I'm crazy. I just have a weird feeling.
The first thing I put in our group message when that happened.
That I think it was the first thing, wasn't it?
The first thing I said is, got the picks to get Watson done. And you don't even have to go crazy. You can still have a first-round pick every year and still get him. You can just go give him 2 first-round picks next year, still have your first, right?
Jacob, that's exactly why I think they did it. That you just read my mind. That's exactly you see exactly. I think they did it now so they would be set up for Watson if they decide to go on that route.
Or any of them. Russell Wilson, any of them. I'm not saying that's going to happen.
No, I'm not predicting it. I just have a very strange feeling.
Because listen, they could literally still have a first round pick every year and still get that deal done. And then people then wonder why. Then you can still get better while having them. You're not giving up all your assets. You know what I mean? But I'm okay with not going to get them too. Like I'm okay with like seeing what Jalen Hurts is for a year.
Yeah, I don't
like truly am. I'm truly okay with it. But I do think that I do think that there's really a lot of smoke and fire to this one, and this could definitely happen.
The Carolina guy, that's what I still believe is going to happen. Carolina guy. So like I said, like I'm not rooting for the Deshaun Watson thing. I'm not necessarily predicting it, but once again, like Tom has been talking about, this makes it now a legitimate possibility. It went from being a clickbait article, from some people when it was a slow news day to where like, oh, okay, we have a path now to do this.
Oh yeah, big time path to do it. We had a path the other night that we talked about to do it. This just makes it even better.
We are under 40 subscribers away from 5K, fam.
Let's go. I got giveaways for you. Come on, it's up over 200 likes too. Come on, 300 people watching just on YouTube. Let's go. Stop making me have to say it. Come on, 1 million likes right now. Hit the subscribe. Get us over 5K. Let's do it. Yeah, I agree, Jamarcus. I don't think Seattle's traded Russell, so I'm not even in that one. And plus the age, I'm good. I'm trying to win for the next 8 years, not just 2 or 3. Joe says Parsons at 12. Joe, I would love Parsons at 12.
He would be listen, of all the realistic names that could be available, he would be my number 3 pick behind Surtain and Smith. Because I think there's a way for all 3 of them to possibly be there.
Yeah, I almost really want Parsons now. You know what I mean?
Wow. Now I'll ask you, do you worry about the opt-out things? I know you were worried about the opt-out with Chase.
Not at 12.
Okay. See, I agree.
Yeah, brother.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we'll do it sometime. We're going to get there sometime. Philly Talk Podcast. Get AD to 5K. Looking forward to collabing for sure, brother.
Jonathan Adams.
What do you mean Jalen Hurts ain't your guy, Philly? What does that mean?
I don't know. I guess maybe he's thinking like, oh, I guess that's off of the Zach Wilson trade rumors, I guess.
Do I want Watson in town with what's going on? Well, I mean, what's going on is speculation. What's going on is civil cases right now. Nothing of what's going on has been reported to the Houston PD. So I'm not saying he didn't do any of this stuff. But it's all speculation right now. I mean, yes, there's a lot of people coming out, so that's a little strange. Jeremiah, no, you did not miss me screaming because I can't scream. For everybody just joining us, I got a tooth ripped out at 12 o'clock. But of course, this is going to happen today. See what happens. So
thanks, Howie.
Yeah, wanted to come on and talk to you guys. S. Marie DeBooth, we appreciate the super chat.
Thank you.
Love your content. Thanks for throwing my comment up on the screen. Quick question: what makes Surtain better than Horn? I don't know much about either. Thanks, brothers. What I will say is,
great question. By the way, it is great. It is a great question.
Surtain is just more polished. Surtain's is the big thing with Surtain that you constantly hear that is true is he's never out of position, never. So that's what makes him better than Horn. But I like both of them. I really do. I don't like Horn as much as Surtain, but I like Horn a lot too. But that's what makes him better, in my opinion. That's not everybody's opinion. That's just mine.
Yeah, there's no project factor with Surtain. Not that there's a project factor with Horn, but he's a day one guy. He could be a cornerback 1 on a lot of teams. You're asking him to be a cornerback 2 and eventually assume the role after Slay's career is over in Philadelphia, whenever that is, whether they trade him next year or if he sees out this contract. I believe him going alongside of Slay would be huge for him. And also, when you play in that Alabama defense and literally the quarterbacks in college who can't wait to throw picks and make mistakes all over the place, when they outright avoid you, I think that's a huge thing. You know what I'm saying? The day one aspect of coming in here and making a difference compared to what you had in the past. And also, we would have this with Horn, but with the whole cornerback position, being able to say, hey, our secondary is Slay and Surtain. We can now have confidence in our secondary and allow our defensive line to sell out and go blitz, which was always Jim Schwartz's kind of, memo. Oh, we can't do X, Y, and Z on the line because we don't have X, Y, and Z in the secondary. I believe it makes so much more sense to go secondary, and I think Surtain is just the shoe in there. But to Tom's point, if he's gone and Farley and Horn are there, I'm not screaming from the fences if you got one of those at 12.
No, thank you, Creep Johnson, for
Creep Johnson
for chat. Taylor, do you believe we take Surtain at 12? If he's there, yeah.
If he's there at 12 and you passed on him for a wide receiver, like I honestly believe, like Tom, if Smith and Surtain are both on the board and they passed on Surtain to get Smith, are you angry at that? Knowing that we obviously like both guys.
No, if they took Smith over Surtain, am I angry? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, correct.
No, because I think Devontae Smith is the best playmaker in this draft.
Okay.
And I'll stand by that. I'll stand on that island. I've been on that island a lot longer. Pitts made a run for his money. He really did. Through about a week or two stretch with me. He really jumped up on my board a lot. But in terms of the offensive side of the football, that is my favorite player in this draft offensively. Now, defensively, it's Surtain. But Michael Parsons is really making a run to say hello to Surtain. Same way Pitts made a run with me when it came to Smith. Now, I like Smith and Chase a ton, and I like Pitts a ton. And I like Surtain and Parsons a ton. So there's guys here. Mike the Weary, that would be fun. That's what we were sort of talking about. But yes, I don't
think there's a chance of that happening, Mike, just because if you're trading for Watson, you're trading this pick. You know what I'm saying? You're trading the 12th pick in that move.
No?
No. So you're just trading the 3 next year.
Oh, yeah. No, not 3. You guys are fucking crazy. 3. The dude's got, I know nothing. I know it's all civil. I mean, the dude's got 22 fucking women. You don't got to give up 3. It's the whole point. You can give up. This is seriously right. This is what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
2nd this year.
Okay.
1 of your first next year. Real first. You can't give him the Colts, right? So it's got to be yours and the Dolphins, all right?
Okay.
1 of them, which still leaves you with a first next year. And then you toss him another first the following year. Done and done. Call it a day.
Oh, okay.
Call it a day. Okay. They get 2 firsts and a second. That's all they're getting from me. That's all they're getting from me.
Okay.
Now they got to do their homework, Howie, to make sure that this stuff isn't going to come back and bite him in the ass.
It's not an Andrew Bynum situation where he gets traded here and he can't play.
Which gives you flexibility, right, to continue to add talent around him, which would have been the concern, right? Mm-hmm. Or, save it first and give him Hurts. Yeah, we talked about that. You're not going to save it first, though. You know what I mean? Maybe you can get rid of giving him the second. Maybe you can go 2 first and Hurts. Yeah, that would probably get it done. But, again, if it doesn't, I want to see Jalen Hurts play a full 17 games because I want to see what we have.
Throw him Zach Ertz, too. You know what I'm saying? Would you do that? He's going anyway.
I mean, yeah, if they even want him. You know what I'm saying?
True. You
know, because they're in total, rebuild or whatever the freak you want to call it right now. Come on, Pat. I'm getting tired of asking you. No, I'm just kidding. Pound that like over on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Almost at 5K. Got a lot of giveaways coming to the people. Colin, Miller, thank you. Thank you guys all for the super chats and the tips, man. Can't thank you guys enough for this. Helps drive the show. He says, this is completely sad. We missed out on everyone. Bengals get Chase. Lions get Smith. Cowboys get Surtain. This makes me sick. Screw Howie. Well, how about this, though? You didn't say Pitts. You didn't say Parsons. Still players available. So I don't think you have to, because I wouldn't get too upset yet right now until after we pick at 12. Yes. So after we pick at 12, if we don't get the guy that we're looking at, one of these 6, 7, 8 guys that we've spoken about, then flip the fuck out because I'll be right with you. I'll be yelling and screaming. And I would probably be yelling and screaming right now if I could. But, not because I'm mad about anything, just because I don't trust the guy doing it. That's the disconnect. I like what they did. I just don't trust him at all. I said in the video, there's a pile of shit in my yard from my dog that could probably draft better than this guy. Or to fly on top. You know what I mean? It's either the shit or the fly on top can draft better. Like, I think the fly and the shit are a better combo than Laurie and Roseman.
Just get out of my freaking head. Get out of my head. Oh, my God. I was just going to say, that's a better combination. Yeah.
Fuck Mike Pence fly over here.
Taylor, he says, why am I not surprised Howie was eyeing that BYU quarterback? Because he does not have what we call self-control, Taylor. And again, I like Zach Wilson. I do. I think whoever gets him, whether it's the Jets, Falcons, wherever, Panthers, 49ers, whoever gets them, I think he's going to be a really fun quarterback if he's in the proper situation. But let Jalen Hurts either sink or swim, please. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm not over the moon for Watson. Well, I'm not over the moon for Watson because Watson has a whole other thing that we got to deal with. But if I was one of these people that outright said Jalen Hurts sucks, there's no reason for you to convince me otherwise until he shows it, then that's one thing. Then I would be like, oh my God, we got to get Trevor Lawrence or Zach Wilson or Justin Fields or Trey Lance. But I'm not in love with the Jalen Hurts situation. I don't love it. But if there's a kid that's going to prove us wrong, it would be somebody with the work ethic of Jalen Hurts. It's all, and again, like I said, he's going to sink or swim based off of what this organization does around him. If he's protected and our wide receivers actually can finish a route and go up and get a ball, unlike last year, and Miles Sanders or whoever the running back core is they do their jobs to take a little bit of pressure off of them, then I think we have a good situation. And there's really, not many excuses. But if you have kind of the same situation like last year to where you have, 15 different offensive line cores and the wide receivers suck again, then it's all about context.
Okay, so I'm going to get to a couple here. Andrew McGuire. What up, Andrew, brother? It's
What's
a
up,
terrible
Andrew?
trade. If it was a first this year, it would be good. Terrible trade, though. Like, we didn't even draft yet. We don't even know what player we have. How are you guys going to sit back and say terrible trade right now? You guys are going to get me all fired up, and I hate Howie Roseman. How are we going to say it's a terrible trade when we don't even know who the fuck we picked yet? Come on, guys. Talk to me after the fact. You don't know nothing. Not you, Andrew. I'm saying we don't know nothing. We thought Brandon Graham was a bad pick. Turned out to be a good one. You don't know. So we can't say right now this is terrible. Come on, guys. Let the picks play out. Right? You're not going to know for 2 or 3 years down the line if this was a good move or not. You're not. You're just not. I hate to break it to everybody. The only way this team is getting better is that they have a ton of fucking picks. Okay? That's the only chance. Only chance. John Coyle. I said Parson at 12, Samuel at 37, changes our defense. Let Hurts play this year and find out what we have. I wouldn't trade for Watson. I love you guys. Thanks for the extra show. Thanks, you,
brother.
John. Yes. I mean, to me, that's a home run draft, right?
I'm very happy. I'm very happy if that happens.
Now we're addressing defense. Keep collecting picks, guys. Like, I'm not the nerd. Ryan will tell you, I hate talking about fucking picks. All right? But in this situation where you are – this roster is shit. You need as many picks as you can get. And I'm not saying, like would I say to 6? I don't know. I'm probably not. When somebody's offering me a first-round pick to move out 6 spots, you're delusional not to take that, especially when it's the Miami Dolphins. Mm-hmm. How good do you think they're going to be? Especially they're good. They're good, but that division's better. That division's better. And who is Tua?
If Tua stinks, they could easily be. I mean, listen, if Tua's not great, they could still be third in that division. And I'm not crowning Cam Newton and the Patriots, but they're better. I don't know if they're a better team than the Dolphins, but the Patriots are better than the Patriots were last year. I'll tell you that for sure.
Corbin, if they trade down again, they trade down again. Like, I don't get upset with this. The best player in last year's draft went after we picked a 21 anyway. Patrick Queen, another one of them top players in last year's drafts. Didn't get drafted at 25 or 26.
Where did Jeremy Chin go? In the 40s?
Yeah,
50s?
Yeah, dude, if you're good at what you do, you're going to hit.
Yeah. True. Like I said, I think I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth, but I think the people that are really upset today are the Pitts or bust people, the chase or bust people. You know what I'm saying? How many times have we been saying, Tom? We've been saying since the season got over, if you're one of those ex-player or bust or wide receiver or bust type people, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. So, like, the best piece of advice I could give and Tom could give and we could give as a platform to all the Eagles fans or NFL fans, regardless of who you root for, is that if you're going into a situation, especially with the track record of this GM, and you're saying, hey, I want one guy and that's it. If it's anybody else, I'm going to be pissed. You're not going to be happy. You're not. And if you are, great. If they hit on the one guy you want, then that's awesome. And I'm happy for you.
Bryce, you know I love you. And you said you're upset because they can't draft. I get it. But what makes you think they're going to hit at 6? I mean, people just have this, because people say, well, it's easier. It's actually harder. Or in reality. Nothing's easy. Like, they can miss at 6, they can miss at 1, you can miss at 12, you can miss all over. So, to me, the more you can have, the better. If who gets 13, Andrew, the Cowboys? Is that what you're saying?
If they get Surtain, probably the Cowboys.
I don't think the Cowboys are taking Patrick Surtain. They just used their first round pick last year. Or no, they used their second. Was it second on Diggs? Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, they just went wide receiver corner last year. So, I'll be more scared of Dallas taking. I would think more Dallas might look at Pitts.
They might go offensive line, guys. Their offensive line is hurt. They might go Slater here.
Could go defense. They could go defensive lineman that jumps up on their board. So, I mean, nobody knows outside of 1, 2, and 3, right, what anybody else is doing. And anybody out there that talks like they know what other teams are doing are fucking liars, okay? And all the big analysts have no clue. Go look at all the mock drafts last year and then go look at the real draft and tell me how stupid all these dudes are that tell you, well, this team's really looking at this guy. And they don't even sniff him like, oh, Dallas is going to take a corner, and then they fucking take an offensive tackle. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, there's going to be teams that reach. There's going to be teams that take a position that you're like, oh, shit, I didn't think they were even looking at that position, right? It's just going to happen. I am telling you that one of these studs that you want will be there at 12. Now, does he take them? I can't guarantee that. But they'll fucking be there. There will be an all-pro for the next 10 to 12 years at 12. There will be. Does he get it right?
True. Yeah, I mean, well, one thing, Jacob, I know, we talked about this a handful of moments ago before you jumped on, I guess. I'm surprised that like another 4th or 5th wasn't in there, just as like, oh, here's an immediate kind of reward. But if anyone was thinking we were getting a 1st next year, a 2nd this year, I think that's a little too much. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a little too wishful thinking. And yeah, like I've talked about, who wants Wilson? Pop? The Eagles? I don't know who. I don't think they know who they want. That's the thing.
Zach Wilson, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Russell Wilson. Could be Russell Wilson. I'm sure
they'll take anything with a Wilson at the end of it.
Or Jalen at the front of it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Last time we picked the 12, we got Cox. Yep. We were talking about that earlier on in the show. Tons of people watching right now. Hit that like for us. Hit that subscribe. If you do or don't like the deal, hit the like and subscribe. Agree, disagree radio. Yes, Andrew Murphy, you guys, I am turning into a draft nerd as we speak. Carlton, I don't care if Mac Jones is there at 12. If they take Mac Jones, they should go punch themselves square in the fucking dick. Okay? So that should never even be a conversation. Never be a conversation.
Thank you, Donovan.
Another
you got a 4th too.
We
got a 4th in the deal?
Yeah.
See, I'm all over the place.
I think. What do you guys, Mac Jones? What do you, Mac? What? I like Mac Jones, but you're taking him. You're taking him.
No.
You guys gotta let Jalen Hurts play this year. What are we doing? I am not Mr. Jalen Hurts. He has to play 17 games. You just drafted him in the 2nd round, and he was part of the reason why your quarterback, which you paid $128 million to, isn't here anymore. And you're going to do the same shit to this guy? No. Listen, fuck all the noise. If this dude doesn't play 17 games outside of being hurt, all right, I'll get arrested again. I'll get arrested. Straight up. Count me. Happening. I'll get arrested for the people. Pound the like. Pound the fucking like. Freaking Mac Jones at 12. What the frig are we doing?
Yeah, so the official trade, it was 6 for 12, 123, and a 1st rounder. I thought you were saying we got an additional 4th on top of that. I'm like, wait a second, what?
We moved. That's what I was telling you earlier. Like we swap. We, I guess, pick
swap.
Oh, that one hurt. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. Yes, we had a pick swap.
Thank you, Steve.
Appreciate you tuning in from the UK. Jesse.
Wow. Thank you, Jesse.
Trade the second and the thirds to get back in the first. They very well could. Very well could. Cecil was correcting a misspelling. Right. You're free. You're free, Cecil. You're free, my brother.
NFC East beasts got a fourth or a fifth. Could be a developmental quarterback. Don't put that in the universe, please.
No.
Please don't do that.
Couple more minutes, guys, and we're gonna get out of here. This thing's on freaking fire right now. Got a hole in my mouth. Hole in my mouth. Trying to talk sports with you. Trying to talk some Eagles with you. Yeah, we didn't have a fourth originally, so now we have a pick in every round. So whoop-de-do.
I'll give you guys. I'm going to put this on A2D socials in a few also. So the official Eagles for all of our draft gurus out there, #draft nerds, which Tom is reportedly may be turning into as we speak. The updated Eagles 2021 draft picks are as follows. The number 12 overall pick, which was from Miami via San Francisco. You have the 37th overall pick. You have the 70th. You have 84, which is from Indianapolis in the Wentz deal. You have 123, which is from this deal. You have 150, 189, 224, 225, 234, and 240. So once again, for everyone saying, hey, and we were two of us we were on that list, we need to rebuild. We need to do a recore. We need to have a lot of young assets, which are going to be on years of control with cheap money. It's important. And I know somebody also said earlier, like having the possibility of having 3 first-round picks next year on top of all of the other picks you're going to have in the later rounds and $44 million extra, a 44 extra like cap room off of the Carson Wentz contract. So you're going to have a ton of cap space in addition to those picks. That's what we talk about. For those people that say we can win next year, that's the scenario. Hit on the guys you have this year. Hope that Jalen Hurts can play. Hopefully the coach can coach. And then you're going to have money and draft assets. That is what Howie and Jeffrey and I think we should all be shooting for right now. And also rooting for the Dolphins to flat out suck.
Yeah. Somebody came in and said, why y'all clowning Howie Roseman? This was a good idea. I like the move. Yeah, Dom, I don't think anybody's clowning him. We're just clowning him because he's always misses. I have no problem with the move. Cecil, thanks for subscribing. Max, thanks for subscribing. Everybody out there, subscribe. Let's go. Hit that like. We're going to be out of here in a minute. You'll have Spit and Fire with Rachel Blaze coming up at 7. No Fan Friday night like we usually have. But we'll be back next week. Mm-hmm. And then tomorrow you got shows. Depending on how this tooth feels, or lack of tooth, I should say. Maybe we'll try to do some Clippers, Sixers reactions tomorrow night, but don't want to guarantee it to the people. I know. Casey, you can stop living in my head. Get out of my head, all right?
But fam, the last thing I'll say, to Tom's point too, we're sitting here, we're under 30 subscribers away from 5K over here on YouTube. If you're seeing us for the first time, or if not, tell your friends. We appreciate all of you guys for chiming in. And I know people are saying, hey, we just need to vent. Listen, we came in here to vent with you guys. So we appreciate you all for tuning in. And yeah, if you haven't already subscribed, like the show, and check us out on all of our other platforms too. We're not just shows. We've got memes. We've got all of our breaking stuff. So if you're watching over here on YouTube, check us out on Instagram. Well, not Twitter right now. Facebook. And if you're checking us out on Facebook, check us out on those other platforms also.
Yeah, real quick, I want to read this off to you. So if the Eagles hadn't thrown their Week 17 game against Washington and found the way to win, that they would have had the 9th pick rather than pick 6. The Dolphins wanted to turn over a 2022 first rounder to go 12-9. And I think everybody would feel pretty confident saying that. Mm-hmm. Okay. So a little tank. Thank you, Doug. Thanks, Dougie. We appreciate you, brother. Love you guys. Slipknot. We appreciate it, brother.
Thank you, guys.
Listen, I got the Motrin. I got it all. You know what I mean? I literally just got it ripped like 4 or 5 hours ago. Thank you. The channel is fire. You're right. I'm not an Eagles fan, but these guys are hilarious. Thanks, Dizzy.
Thank you, Dizzy.
I got to admit, that's a lot of hoping us Philly fans have to do with praying to how he hits the picks, Mike Grimm. Yes. A lot. I mean, listen, that's just part of it.
And Jacob, listen, I think when we all got the alert, we were kind of upset with it, but he says, thanks, fellas. Needed this for talking me down off the ledge. Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people were expecting Tom, and I to go crazy, but no, we're fair here. If we're not going to just go crazy to go crazy, even if we truly do not like Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie right now. So,
no, anybody doesn't think this is a good move. I just think it's an idiot.
Yeah, well, they're not giving. I understand Howie shouldn't be given a chance, but they're not giving it a chance to play out. Let it play out first. On draft night, if they do something stupid, then we'll have plenty of time over the summer to rip this to shreds.
And you're not going to know that. Like, again, you're not going to know until whoever they draft plays. So
yeah, we won't know until next January.
Mr. Cool, hopefully, as long as my tooth is good, I'll try. Why do they trade today and not wait until draft day? Because it's probably the best offer they're going to get.
And they want to have every option available to them, even if it's to trade for a certain quarterback already in the league. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back when we were talking about it earlier.
Yes, Hell's Kitchen, way too many holes. One of Waddle, Smith, Parsons, Surtain, Farley, Horn. One of them guys are going to be there.
Great name, by the way. Great name.
There. I wouldn't be getting upset, Joey Marks. Honestly, I hate Howie Roseman, but I want to get upset about this. Let it play out. Let's see what happens. And then we can judge it. I do hate this team. I hate Howie Roseman. I hate Jeffrey Lurie. Joey, I completely agree with you. But, I mean, maybe it's because, like, I don't know. I'm a little out of it. I don't have a big problem with this move. I got another first-round pick next year. I need talent. One pick isn't going to change my franchise. I'm way more than one away. I'm way more than one player away. I am numerous. I'm talking about like two handfuls of players away to be the type of team I hope to be. So, guys, we can't thank you for jumping in on, our little emergency stream here. Just to talk some Eagles, because this is twice they've done this. They did it when my tooth got infected. They decided to trade Carson Wentz, and I get the tooth pulled, and then they decide, okay, we're gonna trade around and make you have to talk. So,
I thought we were done with Eagles talk for a while too. You know what I'm saying? Once we think we're done, they pull us right back in.
I'll give you another reason why. Yeah, right. I'll give you another reason why you guys should hit that subscribe button, because sat here and told y'all that Howie Roseman was the fucking leak of this organization and leaked all this bullshit out. Nobody wanted to hear it. All right? How's that aging right now? All right? Because he leaked out fucking Zach Wilson. He leaked out Zach Wilson.
And I'm telling you, in the next week, you'll hear more rumors and more rumors and more rumors. Because there's nothing more that these two, Jeffrey and Howie, love more than being in the news. So it's not going to stop.
Center of attention.
Yep.
Peeps, we thank you guys for joining us. Again, make sure you hit that follow, hit that like, hit that subscribe. All right, turn your alerts on. Tom Arnaud and Ryan Brotto, everybody out there, the fucking million comments. We love all you guys. Yeah, Jacob, they're doing exactly the Jalen as they did to Carson. It's terrible. And Barney, yes, he sucks. Screw him. Max, we don't got to trade down for Najee. Maybe we can get back up into the first round. So we'll see how it all plays out. Thank you guys all for listening. We love you. We'll see you. Go fly, Eagles, fly. Fuck Howie Roseman. But this was a good move. We out. If my mouth lets me. They can mouse skate again. Thanks, fam. Love yous.